Back with you to take another look at our ag commodity trade. Let's begin with a look at our grain markets with our quotes provided by Bar Chart. So here we go. Let's take a look at this corn market right now. And on the corn board, we'll start with the March contract. Right now, it is down 1/4 cent. We have it at 6.84 3/4, and we have the December contract 1 3/4 higher at 5.98 So how about that? That's on the high of the day, and well, getting ever closer to that $6 magical threshold. So it's working its way there. All right, now let's take a look at soybeans. And right now we have March soybeans. Remember how they opened about 4 to 5 lower? Now we're only down just a half at 15.42 1/4. And you have the July now down 2 3/4 cents. But the deferreds are acting a little better. September is actually 2 cents higher. If you go to new crop in November, look at that, 2 3/4 higher at 13.87 1/2. Isn't that interesting? So kind of flipping the script here a little bit today. Let's go to wheat. And in Chicago, March down a penny at 7.91 right now. But you have July up 1 1/4. So the spread is working there on the nearbys versus new crop. And in Kansas City, you have March up a penny at 9.13 1/4. July up 3 1/4 though. So also gaining more on the new crop than what they are on nearbys. Spring wheat, kind of the opposite. March is down 1.5 pennies at 9.29 1/4. July down 2 at 9.15 1/4. And let's go to the cotton board, and we have the March contract down 29 points at 85.35, and now we have December down 7 at 84.90 this morning. Well, we have Ben Hushon on the line. He's with the mill. He's in Whitehall, Maryland. And Ben, always good to visit with you about what's going on in the trade. Let's talk about what's going on in your neighborhood this week as we get ever closer to spring planting.
Good morning, Marlin. Well, it almost feels like a continuation. We had a 1/4 inch to 1 inch of rain Sunday night into Monday in different areas. Continues to be warm, in fact, in our part of the country. In fact, it's a rare morning, Marlin, that you get up and that you see the temperature is below freezing, which, again, is very untypical for this part of the country and this time of year for us.
All righty. So are the farmers doing any field work right now? What are they up to?
Well, probably the two big news items for us, especially the Maryland. The first one is specific to Maryland farmers. I've talked to you for several years. March 1st is the set date on when we can begin to apply fertilizer in Maryland because of the Chesapeake Bay. But they have released farmers to top dress, use commercial fertilizer on small grain effective tomorrow. So that's our Valentine's gift from the state, is that we can do commercial fertilizer tomorrow on small grain. Still no manure until March 1st, but that's progress. And the reason I say that that's such big news, and of course this plays to the Maryland and Pennsylvania farmers, wheat's back up over $8. And we got planted fairly timely. But it's odd. We're all a little scratching our head. I guess we had less moisture than we realized because wheat that was planted last fall, a lot of it's there. It looks okay. It just never really tillered out and really got gone. And for the viewers, I sent in a few pictures, and we do occasionally find a field that you go, yes, that's what we would expect it to look like. So very important for folks to put a split application of nitrogen, which essentially means half of their nitrogen needs to go on now and kick that wheat in the butt. And big supporter of humic acids on at the same time. That just helps between the nitrogen and humic acid. It helps promote that spring tillers. They don't yield as much as fall tillers, but they will help fill the gap for sure.
Ben, I enjoy looking at your pictures here of the wheat coming up, and I know a lot of farmers in western Kansas would give their eye teeth to have a stand like that for the wheat coming up, coming out of the winter, that's for sure. Thanks for sharing that, Ben. Good to hear from you, and all the best to everybody there, and I know to you in particular. Thanks for joining us for Valentine's Day. Hope you have a great Valentine's Day out there with your better half. All right, we'll pause right here. We'll come back and we'll talk about what's going on in our livestock trade right after this.